Hello, hello, my darlings. Welcome back. Welcome back. I am sorry that it has been so long. I've just had a lot going on lately. Some fun things, like I went to a concert and I missed Lunaza, which I am probably butchering the pronunciation of. But that was back on the 1st as kind of a border holiday between the summer equinox and the autumn equinox harvest festival. Sorry I missed that. And we are just jumping right out here already today. I think there's a spider on my wall. 3 of Wands. It's way too early for cards to be leaping out at us like that, so we're just going to keep going. But in addition to that, I have been busy writing. As most of you probably don't know, but some of you might know if you follow me over on Instagram or any of my other social media channels, which are, of course, posted in my bio if you're curious whatsoever about what I do in addition to all of this fabulousness. I self-published a small poetry book, and I am currently in the process of writing an actual novel. And I gave myself an insanely short deadline to get it all done by. Like 3 weeks, which is, again, incredibly short. Wands again falling out at me. Okay, that is interesting. Wands are fire, which of course is the element that I am lacking in my own chart. Most places I have very, very, very little fire. But fire does symbolize your courage, dreams, goals. That's probably a sign that I need to stop playing around with my tarot cards and get back to working on my novel. I've had ideas for different stories and stuff for years and years and years and years and years. I've got one concept that I'm working on that is a completely brand new kind of story, fantasy, urban setup deal thing. Long, convoluted plot, lots of stuff going on. But the one I'm working on right now is actually a bit shorter and easier. It's in modern contemporary romance retelling of a very classic story that most people have heard of, if not read or watched the movie adaptation of, or enjoyed in some literature form or another over the years. So just kind of cutting my teeth, getting used to the practice of actually writing with a purpose in a full-length format instead of my usual free verse, short poetry, haikus, that kind of thing that I normally do. I've read my one published short story on the channel before. If you're into that, it is under the ASMR category, which I will clean up and do better categories for you guys here soon. Because it's a bit bloated in there right now. I want to break everything down into smaller subgroups for your different interests. But just writing a short story like that, which was only a few thousand words, took me a while. Because I'm not very good at that long format style of writing, kind of keeping to one track. So this has been challenging. So I'm kind of already a little burnt out. I'm kind of already like loving and hating the process. You know how it is. But when in doubt, get your cards out. I thought we'd do a little reading. Just kind of trying to figure out where I'm stuck, why I'm stuck, and why I keep getting stuck. Because plot-wise, I have it for the most part mapped out in my head. It's just switching from it in my head and visualizing the scenes that are happening and getting the words onto the page. And there's layers to it. There's layers. But let's see. So I did a 3-card pull. And thinking about my narrative and everything, I'm trying to figure out why I'm stuck, how to get past it. Well, I guess the first card would be what my issue is, and then why I'm stuck on that issue, and then how to overcome it. That would be the most logical way to read it. So first, where am I stuck? And it's the Page of Wands again. This is the why. Wheel of Fortune, but it's reversed. And then how to overcome it is the High Priestess, but she's reversed as well. I think the deck flipped upside down when I was shuffling it, actually. So those are probably supposed to be the other way around, but this is how they fell. This is how I dealt them, so this is how we're going to go through everything. So, we can use the Handy Dandy notebook here, or we can use my compendium of notes that I've been putting together. There's poems in here too, actually. Tarot spreads, different stuff like that that I've written down. So the Page of Wands. Oh, and I laid this out so messy. Oh my god, I did a terrible job. So the Page of Wands stands for fun and playfulness. As I already mentioned, according to my other pages in here, wands are fire sign. And fire represents your courage, desires, dreams, and energy and goals. Am I losing the fun in the process by making this too hard on myself? That very well could be the simple answer. The broader answer here is, what am I stuck on? Or what part of life am I stuck on? Probably the fun. I don't make a lot of time for myself to just go have fun. Mostly because everything that I want to do that would be considered fun is expensive, and I'm always broke because things just keep happening. Like, I've got a donut on my car right now because I got a flat tire going to my grandparents' house the other day. So I gotta go pay to get that fixed. Like, life just keeps throwing stuff at me. And I've never been particularly good with finances anyway, so when stuff like that happens, it's just like, poof. So if we're taking the card at face value, it's that I'm not prioritizing my enjoyment of life right now. Okay, so where am I stuck? The Wheel of Fortune reversed. Now, my notes in here mainly talk about the cards face up. I don't have a whole lot of good notes on reversals, so we're going to switch back to this little guy for the reversals for both of these two. Oh, okay. So the Wheel of Fortune reversed is increase, abundance, superfluity. Okay, so, I mean, that's not all bad. Increase, abundance. I'm stuck. How do I make sense of this one? I'm stuck because of the abundance that I already have. I mean, I did get a raise not that long ago. Like, am I stuck because I don't know how to utilize it? Because I didn't, like, take the time to adjust my budget correctly? Or is it a surplus of options? Because there's always a million things I want to do to have fun and to explore life and to be myself, but that million list of ideas never actually turns into a concrete event or a concrete happening. I never make those ideas happen or take the time to do anything for myself. So it could also be referring to that. So how do we get unstuck? Or how do we move forward? Or how do we get past this blockage? High Priestess in reverse. And she tells us passion, moral or physical ardor, conceit, or surface knowledge. Does that just mean to embrace my passions? This is very confusing. For once, the cards have got me well and goodly stumped. I can't honestly. Yeah, I was holding the deck upside down before. Whoopsie doodle. Good to know. I can't hardly make heads or tails out of this reading right now, honestly. Because I've got both of these in reverse. And if they're just telling me, find the fun, I don't have time for that. I'm on a deadline. But that's very likely kind of what they're telling me is, hey, back off a little bit. You didn't start. Whoopsie. Sorry about that. I didn't mean to knock you over there, sweetheart. I didn't start writing to not have fun with it. You know what I mean? I started writing to tell the stories that were in my head. It's supposed to be a fun process, and I'm making it very unfun for myself. I think partially because I'm afraid of deadlines. I am so bad at time management because I never really figured out how to control my ADHD in that regard. That I am just terrible at actually getting stuff done if I don't push myself to work it. But I think signing up for such a self-imposed, incredibly tight deadline may have been going too far. And I think I'm going to burn myself out before I even start if I keep going at it this hard. And I think that's what they're trying to tell me. Because playfulness, abundance, passion, this should be fun. It should be my passion. I love reading, and I love writing, and I love stories. So, I'm guessing that's what they're getting at. And I say I'm guessing, but really in my heart that kind of feels right. Because the cards, they can give you messages, but it's a lot of intuition mixed in with the meanings on the page. So I think that's what they're getting at. Maybe I should get someone else to read my cards this weekend. It's definitely doable. But let's pull one oracle card just to see if I can get any more insights. We're doing the Anne Stokes Gothic Oracle again. She has another one coming out soon too that's going to be all dragons, just all different dragon artwork that she's done over the years. And I kind of want to get that one too, just to have a collection of them because they're super pretty. Sorry about that. But let's see. What the oracle cards have to say today. These ones have been super intuitive so far, and I really, really like this deck. I need to slow down for a second. Jeez, oh Pete. Definitely this one. Okay, we have the Wish, Unicorn, Young Girl. What did I tell you? Yep, Desire. A youngster rests her forehead on a unicorn's snout. With her eyes closed, she makes a wish under the light of the moon. Is the animal a carrier of wishes, or have the two made a pact, sharing the same desire? For some, wishes may seem fanciful, but the mere act of wishing can stimulate the imagination. When we think about something we would like to happen, we naturally begin to think about ways in which it might come true. This creates a realistic bridge between what we desire and ultimately receiving it. There is a difference between productive wishing and wishful thinking. If you have drawn this card then your wish may soon be granted. However, it might not materialize unless your dream is coupled with action. You may desire a new living space, a better relationship, or a dream job. This card could suggest that this is not as far away from reality as you think and encourages you to carve a path towards your goal. Of course, it is important to think about the nature of your desires. Some wishes will be more obtainable, and others will have hidden costs attached to them. How would your life change for the better or worse if your dream actually did come true? I think that sums it up pretty neatly there, don't you? Well, that is that. I'm going to meditate on this for a few minutes. Try to get my mind back in order. Try to reduce some of the pressure that I keep putting on myself as far as deadlines and such. And then probably try to get back to it. But thank you very much for sitting with me and listening to me ramble while I pulled my cards tonight. If you have any questions, feel free to message me. You can leave a comment on my videos here or reach out to me on Instagram and I will answer your messages to the best of my ability. I love you very much. Thank you so much for stopping by tonight, and I hope you have a wonderful evening.